welcome back to my YouTube channel. I've come to realize the fact that when trading, it's not all about strategy. You understand? What matters the most is your psychology in the system, your discipline in the game, and have the mind of waiting, which I can categorize as patient. So once you study that, once you're able to study how you think in the chart, once able to have the patience, when you're able to have the discipline in trading, I believe we if you have those three things, you can probably stay long in the game. So I've come a lot of people saying about the best strategy in trading. That's what make the most money. Based on my experience, I would say that is a lie, because as experienced trader I am, I've come to realize the fact that it's not everything in trade is not all about strategy. That's one of the reasons why most of my students, whether you pay mentorship or not, what most important is your psychology, what you think, your emotion. If you can able to wait, get the patience for your structure to form. You can have the mindset that this is going to go this way. At the end of the day, you place your trade. So that, I think that's all what matters in the game. So in this video, I'm going to show you the little theory about how I trade, also my strategy. Like I said sometime in one of my video I did, I only have three concepts in trading and three time frame I use. One is the 4 hour, second is the 1 hour, then third is 30 minutes. That where I execute my trade. So I use the 4 hour to check the trend of the market and also mark out my recent high and my recent low of the current market, or probably the recent high or the recent low before the main current trend of the market. So I mark those zones. Then when I go to 1 hour time frame, probably that's where I see my next opportunity to take the trade, or where I see the structure of my chart pattern. Then 30 minutes, that where I position everything for me to take my trade, like the time zone. That's where I took my entry trigger on the chart on my MetaTrader 5. So I'm going to show you a theory on how it's been done, something like this. Let me switch my camera so that I will show you what I mean on my jotter. So this is what I mean. Let's say this is a 4 hour time frame. Let us assume this is the market, of course. So this is currently the current market price. So when I mean my recent high and my recent low, this is my recent high and this is my recent low. If you see from the structure of the market, you can basically say this is a ranging market. Let me draw a trending market so that you understand. All right, so let me draw. This is all right. So the first one I drew was a ranging market. Then this is a ranging market. We can call this a bullish market. Then this one is a bearish market. So on the ranging market, I mark out the recent high and the recent low. This is the current, like I said, this is the current price of the market. I mark out the recent high of a 4 hour time frame. Then I mark out the recent low of the 4 hour time frame. Sometimes I do mark this, but I do mark this recent low, but for this current market, this one is not going to be relevant for, because the market has not yet gotten to this zone. I will only wait and see if the market is going to break this recent high before I will not start looking for this recent low. Or If the market break to this recent high, that when I will now start looking for the recent high of this, because at this moment this one has become irrelevant for me at that particular time. The same thing with this, once the market break each of them. So for a trending market, after I draw my trending trend line, then I will now take my recent low of the market. I hope you're seeing this. Then I will now take my recent high of the market. The same thing as well on the trending market. First, I will find my recent trend line. When drawing your trend line, make sure you connect the recent make sure your trend line connects to recent low of that trend. For a bullish market, you draw a trend line that will connect to recent low, to recent high. I mean, this is the first one and this is the second one. That's how to draw a valid trend line. Then on downtrend, the same thing. Make sure you touch the recent I forgot what they called it, but just make sure you connect it to recent high. Sorry, it's become higher low and higher high. Thank you. Higher high and two recent lower low. So for a bullish market, and trading to the upside, you connect your higher high, your first higher high, and the recent higher high, which is these two. For a bearish market, you connect your recent lower high, your two recent lower high, to get a very valid trend line. So the high. So that's it. That's what I basically do on a 4-hour time frame. Then you go to a 1-hour time frame. Once you check the market on a like this recent one, after you mark out your recent high and your recent low, probably the market is still here. Take note to understand what I'm trying to do. Probably the market is still here. So if you go back to a 4-hour time frame, sorry, a 1-hour time frame, let me say this was a recent trend line I drew at 4-hour time frame, and then this is a recent low for that 4-hour time frame I drew at the other side. So like I said, the market was at somewhere here on a 4-hour time frame. So all you have to do, just wait for the market to move to this place and test this recent high and see what it's going to do. So as a trader, based on people who are trading supply and demand, most of the trader, what they do, they don't have the patience. That's what I said earlier. They don't have the patience. Some want to take the sell at this way immediately when the market touch here. Some will start placing a sell, thinking that the market is going to come down to this place. Forget the fact that sometimes when the market touch this place, there's something like a break and retest that usually happen to this place. That is why you have to get the patience in trading. So fine, the market has been moving to this place, and finally the market has tested on this particular zone. All you have to do, like I do, just wait for a chart pattern, or probably wait for the market to see what it's going to do at this particular zone. If the market come to this zone, break and retest on the 4-hour time frame, that's when you will now know that this is going to go up. But if the market is still going up on a 4-hour time frame, it didn't break and started giving us a bearish candle. If you go on a 1-hour time frame, you will see something like a chart pattern like this, double top for a sell. So that is basically very simple. So I check on a 1-hour time frame to study what the market is doing at that zone. Then once I see what I want to see there, That's when I will now go to my 30 minutes time frame, 20 minutes time frame, and wait for my entry on that place. So that's just very, very simple. That's very, very simple. So there's no magic, there's no secret. Forget those things people are telling you online. I strongly believe that everybody have their own strategy of trading, but there's no best trading, there's no best strategy. Nobody has a secret in trading. Now let me shock you. Most of the time, somebody like my mentor Jeffrey Benson, because what some of the thing I do today, I learn it from him. Then most of the time when he will be trading gold, once I see that he's buying gold, if I check on my own strategy on how I trade, I will see that what I'm seeing at that particular time is a sell. And at the end of the day, the market is still going to go to the downside. Meanwhile, he has already projected that he is buying gold. You see? That is why I say nobody know all the thing about trading. Like nobody is the best in trading. All you have to do, believe on your strategy, take the trade. If you hit your stop loss, then wait for the next entry. That's the trade for you. So there's no secret, there's no best strategy. Everybody has their own way of approaching the market. Everybody has their own way of trading. So that will be all for today on this strategy method on trading the financial market. Peace out.